It's almost 7 o'clock. Sitting here in my van in the dark. Just spent all day formulating a plan for the Sons of God community. God's given me a vision. This vision has been bred from years of suffering. At least 8 years of brutal suffering. Being completely uncertain about my future. Almost the entire time. Knowing that I'd been gifted with some abilities to speak, to work with people, to see beyond the mental and the emotional and the physical into the spiritual, and to bring things back from the spiritual and help people through their problems in the mental and the physical and the emotional. I knew God had given me this gift, but I didn't know how to use it. I wandered around trying this and that, trying my hand at so many different things. Going through so many times of suicidal feelings. So many times of just feeling lost these past 8 years. But finally, in the last few months, when I started practicing God mode, letting go of lust, it's like it all started to come together. All of the suffering, all started to make sense. All of the tests, all of the failures, they all started to make sense when I started to let go of lust completely and share my experience, share my journey. Now the sons of God, the community that we started to push this message out of God mode, to get more men practicing God mode, which simply means to let go of lust, all lustful thoughts, and all lustful looking at women, to help men break this curse. It's grown to, we're currently at 140 something members in the community. And now comes the question of what next? Give me wisdom to rule this great multitude, said Solomon. Now, 140 men might not sound like a great multitude, but remember, Christ started the biggest movement in the history of the world, affecting everyone on the planet, but directly influencing billions in terms of people who became followers of the religion that came after Christ. Which I'm not exactly advocating, by the way, the religion that came after Christ. Big advocate of Christ, not so much the religion. It started with 12 men. That's all he had. So I feel in my soul that this 140 will bloom into over 1 million. And all of the tests, all of the suffering has made me into the man I am today, who is someone who is ready to step into my destiny. And so I've just been sitting with that. How do we build a system that allows 1 million men to receive direct contact with someone, with a person, a real person, not a bot, not just a huge faceless membership where no one's connecting. I heard from a brother the other day talking about how he joined the real world, the Tate membership, where he teaches you about money and success in the material realm. Something like 50,000 members, but the sense of community is lacking, the sense of direct connection. And this is what breaks addiction. It's connection. It's feeling connected to a real human being, feeling connected to brothers, that breaks addiction. Because addiction is a seeking for a certain feeling which is lacking, which is connection, which is love. That's what moves us into lust. It's coming from that place of inner lack, where we're not getting that connection, that love. So we reach out for something to fill the void. And so the question has just been, how do I create? How do I channel the divine blueprint to set that up, to disciple 1 million plus men? And the answer is simple. Groups of 12. Groups of 12. Groups of 12 with one leader of each group of 12. And then a group of 12 leaders being led by a leader of the leaders, and so on. Keeps it intimate. Keeps it clan-like. Keeps that family feeling, that intimacy where the real work is done, where people are seen for who they are. This is what we need. Even outside of the Sons of God community, this is what we need as men. We need to be in brotherhood. We need to be in sacred circle. We need to be surrounded by other men who will hold us accountable, who will hold us to the highest version of ourselves and not let us slip back into weaker versions. Not let us make excuses. Not let us show up with anything less than the fullness of who we are. That's what we need. People who will see through our mask, see through our bullshit. And I just envisage 1 million Spartans, 1 million Jedi in this community, in this brotherhood, where everyone has his own tribe of 12 who he's answerable to. That's what we're going to build. That's what we're about to roll out. We've just created the 4 tribes, the 4 elements, which will actually be the 4 kingdoms: earth, water, fire, and air. And next we're going to elect kings over each of those elements. Under the kings will be the lords will be in charge of chiefs, and the chiefs will be in charge of warriors. That's how we're going to structure it. So, if you want to be part of a movement that's about to shake the world, if you want brotherhood, if you want connection on this journey, if you want to be held accountable and not just keep watching videos, commenting with a bunch of other faceless commenters, giving yourself that feeling that you're making progress by just commenting on videos, when in reality you know you need to be connected. If you want to be connected and you want people to see you, there'll be weekly calls. We're already doing weekly calls, but within each clan there'll be weekly calls where everyone speaks, everyone sees each other face to face, all 12 brothers, no hiding. This is how we grow as men. And each week we set our goal, we declare our goal, we declare our challenge, and at the end of the week we're held accountable to that. No excuses, no hiding, just pure masculine direction and action. That's what we need. So jump in now. Price is about to go up to $15 a month. Get in and let's grow. Love you, brothers.